Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. I am open. You are open. We are open. I am open. You are open. We are open. We are open. We are open. I am open. You are open. Boker Tov, Boker Or. My last hurrah from Montauk for this summer. All of my family left yesterday, and I had some time to think and to reflect and and spend the afternoon alone, and also this morning alone. And what does it mean to be alone? What does it mean to be in silence? What does it mean to be at one with God? You know, yesterday was a really hard day for many, for all of the Jews in the world, and for um, you know those who buried their children as a result of this brutal murder of by terrorists, by animals, and we still have friends in captivity. Who knows if they're alive or not? And we have a war still going on. And in addition to that, we have today, for most of us, a new day in school. For most of us, we have our kids either starting at new schools. I have all of my grandchildren are all starting at new schools today. Each one of them, whether it was beginning in a pre-K, a K, or um, regular elementary school, or intermediate school, or middle school, everyone is beginning again. And I was thinking a lot about silence because often Rabbi Jen will say he's always breathing, and yeah, I do a lot of that. because I find that when I breathe, I'm able to reset. When I close my eyes, just even for a brief second, a moment or two, I'm able to digest what's going on before reacting. For in the past, it was very easy for me not to do that. And what I would do is just quickly and impulsively react to the situation at hand. And as I have been aging, maybe aging to saging, not sure quite if that's what it is, but I'm really taking the opportunities for even more silence, for even more breathing, for even more reflection. For, life indeed is precious. They teach us to treasure each day. We never know when it'll be our time. So take each moment and live it to the fullest. And sitting here in Montauk, enjoying each and every moment, and not worrying that I have to be out of here at 11 o'clock, but knowing that it's 9:37 and I still have this moment in time and a time to be with all of you this morning. And so, friends, we're going to talk a little bit about silence. Yesterday, when Hirsch was buried, there were thousands and thousands of people there in Eretz Yisrael, and also all over the world watching on YouTube and the various connections. And social media was flooded with prayers and words. But when we think about it, there really are no words. What there is just silence. Silence can often be overlooked in fast-paced, noisy lives that we live in, but it does carry a whole bunch of benefits. One is it brings us mental clarity and focus. It helps us with our concentration. It allows the brain to rest from all of the noise, from the auditory stimuli, and allows us to focus on the task at hand. Whether it's the reaction to what's going on or something that we're thinking about. Maybe it's a problem that we're trying to solve, right? A quiet environment can foster this creative thinking process that allows us to make better decisions. How many of us have made impulsive decisions? And if we thought about it, we can't, of course, take back those words, but or our reaction, but if we thought about it and took a breath, and sometimes I take more than one breath and took another breath or another breath, as many breaths as you needed, and then reacted, right? What would it be like? It also reduces stress. It lowers your cortisol level, can help reduce the stress hormone and make you feel more calm and more relaxed. And it counteracts that fight or flight reaction. It also regulates your emotional system, right? It creates a feeling of awareness. Silence provides that space that leads to self-understanding. Who am I at this very moment? Quiet moments help individuals process feelings, leading us to healthier responses to the challenges that we all face. There isn't anyone among us that doesn't have challenges in their life. Your life can be filled with joy and love and calm and compassion, and there also are challenges. Silence also helps us in spiritual growth. It facilitates meditation and mindfulness and contemplation. It gives us inner peace, inner tranquility. Silence is golden, as they say. It also encourages innovation. Because when we're working on something, sometimes we have like a block and we're not really sure what we do. And like sometimes if you just close your eyes, close your eyelids, you can't close your eyes, but close your eyelids and look inward and take a few moments to reflect. There is indeed deep benefit to silence. And silence also helps with, our physical body. So silence allows us to lower our blood pressure, maybe even our heart rate, right? When we are upset about something, if we take a few moments to just breathe and just be silent, it definitely helps with memory. It helps us. Sometimes I can't remember a name for anything, and I close my eyelids for a moment, take a few deep breaths, and finally it comes. How many of us does this happen to? I'm sure I'm not the only one. It also allows us to appreciate the world, to appreciate that backdrop, to appreciate nature. Maybe it's the trees, or the plants, or the flowers, or your garden, or maybe even seeing new sights. How many times do I walk through Huntington and I'm like, wow, that store wasn't there, that restaurant wasn't there, and it's through observation, and it's through that moment of silence that we're able to see. It also helps with us with our artistic ability and with personal growth. And so this morning, I want to do a little meditation about silence. So I hope you'll be able to join me. And if we hear any noises, maybe we'll start hearing the waves. That will be beautiful. And so let's begin by finding a comfortable position. If you're seated, perhaps you want to sit upright, spine tall, as comfortable as you can be, feet on the ground. Take a moment to loosen up whatever is tight. Maybe it's your shoulders, maybe it's your arms, maybe it's your neck, whatever it is. Try and give it a little bit of. And as we close our eyelids, if you're comfortable with that, perhaps set an intention. Maybe it's a personal wish for something in your own life. Maybe it's a wish for an end to this war, more peace, more clarity, more connection, maybe to yourself or to others or even to God. Let's all set an intention in this few moments together in silence. Set an intention. Let's focus on our breath, breathing in and breathing out. People sometimes will tell you to take a deep breath, but for those who have breathing issues, that often isn't a possibility. It just creates additional anxiety and stress. So take a comfortable breath in and one out. And just think about your own breathing. If your eyelids are closed, think about the rhythm of your breath. Think about the inhale and the exhale, and how the oxygen is pumping all of the organs and cells in your body. Take a moment to explore this silence. Silence is a recurring theme in Judaism. It's often found in the stillness of prayer, the quiet of Shabbat, the contemplative moments of life. In the Torah, we find the verse, Vayadoma Haron and Aaron was silent in Leviticus, a moment of profound silence in the face of tragedy. Silence is not emptiness. It is a space that is filled with depth and understanding and connection. What does silence mean to you? Breathing in and breathing out. Is silence a time, a moment of rest, a moment of clarity, a space for listening? How many of us, when someone is speaking to us and we're in a conversation, that we can really hold silence and really listen? Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, to hear and to listen, to hear the voice of the other, not what we're going to respond immediately to what they're saying, but to deeply listen, to take that silence, to take that moment. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel taught us silence is a source of great strength. In silence, we find the strength of vulnerability in the absence of the words. Silence is often a comforting blanket which can offer solace and peace. Breathing in and breathing out. Just in this moment, not thinking about what else you have to do, but just be in this moment. If we think about the Hebrew word for silence, shticha, it's not merely the absence of sound. It is a sacred space for reflection and connection. For some of us that know the concept, the Hebrew word of hitbodiyut, personal prayer, when one speaks to God. I have found that personal prayer, spontaneous prayer, often is even more important than the prayer of the liturgy, the prayer of our heart. When we pray and dialogue with God in the Amidah, the personal time that we have to speak what's on our heart and then to listen in the silence. Let us return to the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Taking out the moment of silence. As we begin to close this meditation, let's take a moment to reflect on how it feels to be in silence. How does it feel to block out the chaos and the noise? To be at one with yourself and with the divine, to be one with God. Breathing in, breathing out. Just being in this place. Mano Raha Makom Hazeh. How awesome is this place? Mano Raha Makom Hazeh. Manora Amakom Hazen. Take another breath in and breath out. And if your eyelids are closed, I invite you to open. Taking another breath and feeling your body and feeling where you are at this very moment. Very grateful for each and every one of you who has joined us this morning. There are many people on. I'm not sure that everyone has checked in. No, definitely not, because we have a lot more on. I have 20 online, and I see Jennifer, and Anita, and Deborah, and Amy, and Jamie, and Paula, and Elisa, and Meredith. So for those that have not checked in this morning, we love you, and we would appreciate if you would say hello so that we can acknowledge that you are here. Let's do a little bit more silence this week, a little bit more sacred listening. Let us not, Blaine and Andres, let us not, and Martine, let us not rush to the next moment. Let us not rush to respond. Let us take a breath in, process what's going on. Linda, process what's going on inside of you. And your reaction to that moment will often be a lot healthier than it would be if your reaction was impulsively done. We are one human family. We are Judaism fueled by love. We love you. Have a few more moments on Montauk in this beautiful place, this Makom HaKadash, this holy, holy place. And then I'll be returning to my family who I love so much and can't wait to see. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that join us every day. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We begin a new month. Tonight we begin the month of Elul, and Rabbi Jen will be doing Elul teachings, and she'll be here tomorrow with Wisdom Wednesday and some teachings, perhaps even about Elul. I'm not quite sure what she has planned, but she'll be here tomorrow at 9:30. And we look forward to connecting every morning at 9:30, and also, so we're on Facebook and YouTube, just to let you know that. And also on Friday night at 7. And it's good to be with you as well, and wishing you a day filled with happiness and joy. Be well, everyone. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai.